on. What? TV's on, but the movie isn't playing what's playing on the screen. It's you. You watch yourself frown on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation, avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. The you on screen doesn't seem to mind, though. It then stands up. It walks out of frame. And, ah! A terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen in the chair is the cat. But it's wrong. It's become a large, swollen mass of black fur. A twisting pulse, rhythmical with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is a yawning entrance to a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that looks very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, you, inside the TV, touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason, the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. Thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you. Is it? Don't look behind you. 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 You watch helpfully as your on-screen self smiles and nods to you, almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths, and as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet you somehow feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're weighing down or standing either. You feel warm, you feel cold, you feel everything. You feel nothing. What's up, guys? Blame Big Gaming. Welcome back to another video. Today we're playing Do Not Take This Cat Home. You guys love the other two so much, so obviously I have to continue the series until I get all the endings, right? You're walking. Right, of course. It's the first time in a while that you felt like going out, and you're actually glad that you did. The weather's absolutely perfect today. That's a good sign, right? Maybe your luck is finally starting to turn around. You tentatively allow yourself to feel excited for the possibilities of where you could go or what you could do, maybe even who you could meet. You're so deep in thought that you almost miss it. Huh? What was that? Curiosity guiding your steps, you follow the sound to the entrance of a lonely alleyway. The sunlight only just manages to reach down in between the tall buildings on either side. You timidly enter the alley and walk forward in the loose gravel and scattered debris on the ground, softening your steps. Finally, the sound source comes from into view in the warm, almost ethereal light of the alley. At the end of the alley, in a big cardboard box, is a cat. Huh. Guess that would have been obvious, or should have been obvious. It's an interesting looking cat. Its pretty yellow eyes shine like gold among the dark sea of its black fur. It puts its front paws at the edge of the box and looks up at you. So, you look so familiar, right? Then again, it is a cat. Not many different ways for a standard black cat to look, after all. This one sure is a cutie, though. Just look. It's not glaring at you, hissing at you for getting this close like other strakes have in the past. It's just slightly there, or sitting there, patiently, waiting for you to do something. Not taking you home. Sadly, as cute as the cat is, you'd never take this thing home with you. You just can't take it home with you. You're a responsible adult. You are, with rent and bills to pay for. Not to mention you need to buy food to survive too. There's no way you could care for a cat long term, right? You can barely afford this little outing on your day off. What to do? Play with the cat. Second thought. What's question mark? You are not ready. Okay. I'll take the cat home. Why not? Well, why not? Right? You barely reach out your arms before the cat eagerly leaps into them and climbs up onto your shoulders. It butts its head into your temple, nuzzling against it. You can't help but smile at the cat's enthusiasm. Let's get you out of here, yeah? On the way home, you bravely consider getting cat food. But that would be a waste of time. You shrug at the odd feeling and move on. You live in a modest apartment. 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. 1 you living alone in it. So it feels weird having another living being inside it after so long. That's what she said. Even if it's just a cat. After locking the front door and placing the cat on the floor, you wait for it to walk away and explore your new environment. But it simply sits and looks up at you expectantly. Do something with the cat. Like what? Pet cat. It's not every day you have access to a cute fluffy animal. What else is there to do but pet it to your heart's content? You sit on the floor in your living room and click your tongue to call the cat over. The cat dashes over to you, immediately climbing into your lap. Poor thing, you just want some attention, don't you? Alright. You pet the cat. You carefully pet the cat, a rub behind an ear, a scratch under the chin, a smooth sweep along the back. Good? You keep petting the cat in your lap and enjoying this bonding time together. But the cat starts to get restless after a while. Do something else. Play with the cat. Poor thing has probably been bored stiff sitting in that box all day, just watching the crowds of people walking by them, ignoring them. You can't just leave them alone as soon as you're home. A little interspecies socializing won't kill you, right? Aw, you just want some attention, don't you? You want to play, huh? Okay then, what do you want to play? Hide and seek, a classic. What about hide and seek? You're not quite sure how this is going to work. Can a cat even understand the concept of a game? Let alone one with rules like hide and seek? Here, just pick up the cat and turn them away from you before hiding behind the armchair. You were certain the cat must have turned and looked while you were hiding, out of confusion at least, if nothing else. Regardless, and a few moments later, the cat cautiously peeks around the armchair at you, eyes curious. You smile and scoop it up, holding it out in front of you. You found me! You win! Cat looks confused, but pleased at your praise. This time, you put it on the armchair so it can't see your hiding spot as easily. Dash over to the kitchen, hiding behind the counter. Takes a little longer for this time for the cat to find you. This time, when it does, it startles you by hopping down onto your lap from the countertop above. Whoa! You found me again! Okay, you win. You're rewarded with little scratches behind the ear and under the chin when it leans into your touch. Okay, why don't we give it a try? You go and stand in the middle of the living room. The cat is following you. Make a show, covering your eyes and turning around. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Turn around and see the cat is gone. You sure catch on quick. There aren't many hiding places available in your apartment for someone your size to hide. But without the opposable thumbs needed to open the closed doors in the hall, the cat will have its limits too. Fair game. Okay, now where to look? Kitchen. Peek around the counter. Grab a chair and check on top of the fridge. Even open the cupboards along the floor just in case the cat managed to squeeze inside. Nothing. You decide that's for the best. The kitchen is for making food, not playing games. Hallway. Peek around the corner and into the hall. Nothing. You're not sure what you were expecting. With all the doors closed, there's nowhere in the hall for the to hide. You look behind the couch and the armchair, down under the coffee table. Nothing. The living room is pretty sparse when it comes to furniture, after all. You couldn't find the cat anywhere. You start to get a little worried when you hear a soft sound coming from the hall. You head to the hall to listen to it again. Scratch, from your bedroom, but you walk down the hall to your room and gingerly open the door. Ah! The cat trots out and runs around your legs and meowing instinctively. It looks disappointed somehow, perhaps in your apparently subpar seeking skills, but you lift the cat into your arms and look at your bedroom door. How did you get in my room? You know the door was closed, right? The cat wiggles out of your hold and runs out of the hall. You follow to see it sitting in the middle of the living room. Upon seeing it, the cat promptly turns around. Guess it wants to take its turn seeking. You're about to indulge it by hiding around the counter again when... The lights! Did the power go out? Darn it. As you wait for your eyes to adjust to the darkness, you notice that the cat hasn't moved an inch. Was it scared? Hey, are you... What? For some reason, your heart starts beating faster. You... Consider going over to the cat. When you do... The thought makes you feel like your life is in danger. You need to hide. Now! Hide in your bedroom. Get out of the apartment. Definitely on the front door. Nope. Does not. You feel a wave of disappointment practically pouring from it into you. It feels almost like a warning. You back away from the door, feeling slowly subsides, letting you breathe again. There's no getting out of it there. You need to hide. I wasted a lot of time. Oh, wait, closet. Closet. Someone in the hallway closet. Door won't close because a heavy box not blocking it. You squeeze inside. Try to move it further. The cat might hear it. That's it. If it hasn't heard it. This won't work. You need to hide somewhere else. Hurry. Hide in your bedroom. Quietly rush into the bedroom, carefully closing the door behind you. The only place to hide in your bedroom is the closet. Hide in the closet. You lock the door as quietly as you can before lunging into the closet and sliding the door shut. As soon as you've secured yourself inside the closet, there's a sudden shift throughout the entire apartment, as if something can sense that you're as ready as you'll ever be. As if it can sense that you're ready to be hunted. A horrible chill runs down your spine as you realize that this game has become, or what this game has become. This isn't a simple game of hide and seek anymore. This is being hunted by a predator as prey. It never really mattered where you chose to hide, did it? Bam. As if to answer your question, you could hear the loud slam on the bedroom door. You just managed to hold back from making a startled noise at the sound. Your heart rate kicks up again, making it feel hard to breathe quietly, hard to breathe in general. Tears fill your eyes as you cover your panting mouth with your shaking hands. It knows, crying with your hands over your mouth, trying to smother the choking sounds leaking out of you. You slide down the wall at the back of your closet into a heap on the floor. Ooh. You flinch harshly as the sound of the door being ripped off its hinges, followed by a loud crash against the wall on the other side of the room, like the door had been blown away. No, I'm dead. The silence that follows, it's almost too much to bear. You can't. A single sob escapes your nose. You squeeze your eyes shut in defeat as how loud it sounds in the quiet of the room. Not much point of hiding it anymore anyway, is there? You instinctively put whatever energy you have left into listening for footsteps, even as you emotionally shut down, but you hear nothing. 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 Then... something slides open the closet door. You've curled in on yourself, knees up, back curved forward, head down, mouth covered, eyes shut tight, so tight it hurts. You don't want to look. You don't want to look. But that's what it's waiting for. It won't end you without this final act of cruelty, making you look up at it before it takes your life. So cruel. You just want to get this to be over, so... You open your eyes. You see something glaring at you from the darkness beyond the closet door. It looks disappointed. In the moment before you draw your last breath, you almost consider apologizing for being such an unworthy prey. Guess your hiding skills were just as subpar as your seeking skills. Ending 13. Disappointing prey. Alright, continue. I'm just gonna spam this. I'm gonna take the cat home, and I'm gonna do something alone. Like what? I don't know. Watch a movie. You're not tired enough for a nap, but you're too lazy to get started on any of your chores, so you decide to watch a movie. You get dressed in your favorite pajamas, make some popcorn with an obscene amount of butter, and head over to your armchair. Only to discover that the cat is already napping in it. You frown a little in thought. Your couch isn't at the best angle for optimal TV viewing pleasure, and you don't feel like pushing it around and having it to put it back later. The only options you have left is to sit on the floor or move the cat and reclaim your throne. Sit on the floor. Decide to sit on the floor. The cat is a guest after all, and you pride yourself on being a good host if nothing else. Well, at least you would if you had ever had any guests over before. You grab a blanket and some pillows and make a comfy nest in the front of the chair. You pop in a random movie from your collection and can tell instantly that it's one of your favorite horror films. You've seen it a few times already, but it never fails to get your blood pumping. A few minutes in and you're already invested, getting reacquainted with the story and the characters. The scares won't come until later, but for some reason you feel like something is watching you from behind. You know it's probably nothing, but you feel compelled to check anyway. You peek over your shoulder. Ah! Only to jump out of your skin, jostling a few pieces of popcorn out of the bowl in your lap. The cat is awake and looking right at you. You take a calming breath, recovering from your heart nearly lurching out of your chest, and immediately feel foolish. It was just the cat, of course. It was so quiet you'd forgotten it was right behind you. Oops. Even though the whole reason you're sitting on the floor in the first place, I can't talk. You shakily pick up the remote, intending to rewind some of the parts you missed. However, as soon as you press the rewind button, the TV shuts off. You blink confused. Nothing else turned off. The kitchen's dim light was still on. The digital clock was still glowing, and the movie player was still rewinding. The power clearly didn't go out, so why? You feel a chill run down your spine as you catch the cat's reflection in the dark TV screen. It's still looking at you. Cats stare, silly. Kind of their thing, right? And you're a new addition to in its life. Of course it's going to study you closely to see if you're trustworthy. As you mentally reassure yourself, you turn the TV back on. What? TV's on, but the movie isn't playing what's playing on the screen. It's you. You watch yourself frown on screen as you feel your brow furrow in tandem. It's like footage of you in real time, like you're being recorded. You feel the familiar sensation of your mind focusing on small details to avoid the bigger picture of your current situation, avoiding the questions of how this is happening, of who or what is doing this, and why. Suddenly, your mirrored self smiles and waves at you, all on its own. You don't wave back, too stunned to move. The you on screen doesn't seem to mind, though. It then stands up. It walks out of frame. And, ah! A terrified yell rips out of your mouth before you can think to stifle it. On screen in the chair is the cat. But it's wrong. It's become a large, swollen mass of black fur. A twisting pulse, rhythmical with its slow, almost methodical breaths. Its mouth is a yawning entrance to a black abyss, framed by a set of teeth that looks very, very sharp. Glowing eyes bulge all over its body. It's still looking at you. It doesn't even acknowledge your on-screen persona as they walk back into frame and pet it almost lovingly. Then, you, inside the TV, touches one of the cat's fangs. You flinch at a sudden sharp pain in your palm. You look down and sure enough, your hand is bleeding. You're not particularly afraid of blood, but for some reason, the sight of it leaking out of you sends another chill down your back. Thought, clear and terrible, flashes across your mind. It's not just the mutated cat in the TV that's watching you, is it? Don't look behind you. 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 You watch helpfully as your on-screen self smiles and nods to you, almost encouragingly. They stand in front of the cat's gaping jaws. They look into the dark depths, and as you're torn between the horrifying realization of what's about to happen and the gripping wonder of what they see looking back at them from that deep, deep darkness, they jump in. Darkness is a sudden presence all around you, pressing in, holding you down, and yet you somehow feel weightless. You can't tell if you're falling, but it doesn't feel like you're weighing down or standing either. You feel warm, you feel cold, you feel everything. You feel nothing. You feel nothing. Ending 3. Silent film. Okay. Skipping through all this. Take the cat home. Do something alone. Let's clean an apartment. You decide that even if it's your day off, it doesn't mean you should be completely unproductive. You know that you have a guest and all, but you really shouldn't put off your chores. Best to get them done while you're in the mood to do so. So, for now, you get dressed, roll up your sleeves, and get to work on cleaning the apartment. At least, you try to. You sweep the living room. You wipe the kitchen counter. Okay, you don't make your bed, but who actually does that anyway? Still, you notice that no matter how much you clean up, you keep finding more messes than when you started. Peek over at the cat. You suspect that it might be the culprit behind this mystery, but every time you rush to check on it or catch it in the act, you always find it napping in the living room. You keep cleaning, but the cat or something keeps leaving more and more messes in its wake. Catch the cat in the act. How are you supposed to finish cleaning up? This little imp is making a menace of itself. No, you know the cat's the culprit. You consider locking it in the bathroom, at least until you clean the rest of the apartment, but it doesn't seem fair when you haven't... We don't have any proof. You need to investigate this further. You need proof, not just for the sake of your sanity, but more importantly for the sake of the cleanliness. You start to clean again and peek behind you, catching mere glimpses of a paw here or tail there. But as with earlier, when you rush back to the living room, the cat is still sleeping. Okay, you want to play cat? Then let's play. This time you decide to lay a trap. One of your feline friend won't be able to resist. You tackle the kitchen island counter and give it the works. It's glistening by the time you're done. It's so clean. You dropkick anyone who thought of eating off of it. Perfect trap for your little cleaning saboteur. You whistle endlessly as you exit the room and hide around the corner to the entryway of the hallway. From the angle you're at, you have a perfect view of the cat and the island corner. There's no way you won't catch the culprit in the act now. If it really isn't the cat, maybe you'll give it a treat as an apology for your suspicions. But as you deliberate if you should stop by the grocery store to get some fish, the cat starts to shift. Its back, that was rising and falling evenly moments ago, is now rippling in small tremors like an agitated wave on a black sea. It's shuddering and bubbling. It's bulging. It's bulging. Up. What the hell? You gape in disbelief as another cat bursts out of the still sleeping feline you've taken home with you. You're fairly certain that that's not how cats give birth. But more importantly, you watch Cat 2 shake itself off before leaping out onto the counter, rolling around on top of it and leaving fur and grime in its wake. Probably shouldn't have given it a bath. Should have given it a bath earlier. You feel like your mind is lagging behind the reality of the discovery you've just made, but you don't seem capable of thinking beyond smaller observations. For example, through the hows and whys of what you're witnessing elude you, the more pertinent question that strikes you as if the original cat is still sleeping and the clone cat is busy making yet another mess. Then where are all the other clones? Oh God. Suddenly, the two cats look directly at you in perfect unison. Cat 2. Their eyes pin you in the spot with their intensity. But you realize with the familiar sinking feeling being watched from behind, you're not the only ones looking at you. You slowly turn around. Packed in the hall behind you from the floor to the ceiling is a living, breathing, writhing wall of cats, of clones, all piled on top of each other. The glowing golden eyes of every cat, the undulating wall of pure black fur, every single eye is trained on you. Out of fear and sheer desperate need to distance yourself from this blight of reality in order to take a single step back. And in response, the wall just breaks. The cats all stampering over you. It'd be kind of cute if their soft paws weren't hiding claws as sharpened knives. You try to protect yourself, but there's just too many of them. Blood leaks steadily from your scratches. You feel dizzy. With that little strength, what little strength you have, you turn your head and watch the cat tear through the carpet and upholstery, knock over vases and dishes and lamps, claw at the walls. It's going to take forever to clean this up, you think. Maybe you'll tackle it again later, right after you take a short nap. With an annoyed sigh, breathe your last breath. Ending 2. Double trouble. Alright. Take cat home. Do something alone. Watch movie. Reclaim throne. Square your shoulders. Sorry, kitty, but that's my spot. I want to see if this is any different. You pick up the cat and place it on the floor. It's clearly upset with you. When you try to pet it as an apology, it dodges your hand and scampers away. You shrug and put on a random movie before nestling into your chair. Nothing in a string of pointless jump scares. Do the writers not know the meaning of the word subtle? Crash. What was that? Was that the bathroom? The cat must have gotten into the medicine cabinet or knocked something over. Calming your thundering heart with a deep breath, you pause the movie and get up to investigate. Mal! Whoa! The cat dashes between your legs from the hall. Fleeing the scene only makes you look guiltier, you know. You're even more reluctant to see the damage now. You just want to relax and watch your bad horror movie. You go to the bathroom and turn on the light. Just as you thought all the stuff in your medicine cabinet is scattered all over the tiles, you sigh. At least none of it looks broken or damaged. Crouch down to pick everything up. Click. Did the door just close? Did you bump it when you crouched down, or... Well, at least the cat hasn't come in and make more of a mess this way. The lights? Didn't you just replace the bulbs? They weren't faulty, were they? Never remember to hold on to your receipts for situations like these. You doubt you'll be able to get your money back. You stand up. Shake out the pain in your knees from crouching and opening the medicine cabinet. What am I, 40? Carefully, you place everything back where they would belong, making sure nothing is missing. You close the cabinet door. Cat jump scare. You jump back, slamming against the wall, covering your mouth. You look back up at the mirror in the medicine cabinet door to see... Nothing. Nothing? What the hell? Something was. You know you saw something just now. You know you did, right? I definitely saw something. Ah! You just rush out of the bathroom and slam the door behind you without looking. You enter the hall and... No. No, 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 no! Shield yourself with your arms and... Nothing. Nothing again. Peek through your fingers and see... Just your usual hallway. You don't feel very good. You need to sit down. Carefully make your way back to the dark living room, trying not to overwhelm your senses any more than you already have. Maybe you should watch something a little more lighthearted. Or just lie down instead. You don't know. It's a little hard to think. You just need to sit down. Stumbling forward when you reach your chair, but... It's nothing. At all. Just the cat, sitting back in your chair again, looking up at you curiously. But it's enough. Your heart lurched so harshly out of a mixture of fear and anticipation that it completely gives out. Your eyes roll back and I died from a heart attack? You feel yourself falling back. Are you kidding me? You're dead before you even hit the ground. Ending 4. Real subtle. Okay. I want to do one more ending. Take cat home. Do something alone. Clean apartment. Keep cleaning. Keep cleaning, but there's just more mess and more and more. When you finally stop and look around you. You don't even recognize your home anymore. There's piles of junk everywhere. Do you even own this much stuff? You don't remember ever buying or receiving most of it. The pile towers over you. You feel claustrophobic. Stench of garbage is overwhelming, despite your hands feeling raw from all the cleaner fluid you've been using. Your eyes still burn from the bleach. You need some air. You need to get out of here. Crack. You hear a crash and see a teacup you're certain you didn't own smash on the floor. You look up to see the cat perched on the teetering pile of china and kitchen appliances. Carefully nudges another teacup from the pile, sending it carrying to the ground. But you don't even flinch as it shatters. Instead, you start to chuckle. Suddenly, you're laughing. It's so hilarious. The tears start running down your face. I knew it was you. You did this, didn't you? Pick the biggest piece of ceramic from the broken teacups. Didn't you? Throw it at the cat. Cat dodges by leaping off the pile. Pile sways. It sways. It's falling. It's falling towards you. You can't move. You're buried. The pile fell on top of you. Broken shards of fine china and sharp utensils are piercing your skin, your organs. Your bones feel loose and limp, crushed under the heavy appliances. Warm liquid pools under you. With the last of your strength, You listen as the cat pads over to you before lying down and purring sleepily. Yeah, a nap sounds pretty good. Ending 1. A not so clean getaway. That's ending 1? Jesus. Let's see how many endings we've gotten so far. We got 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You get 13, 17, 24, 25, 27, 30, 31. So many more. Anyways, guys, if you like this video and want to see more content like this, like, subscribe for more. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye.